Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and I am back again at my wonderful city of Neuve Revergrad. That may get even more wonderful in the near future, and I think I'll show you why. I went around, as I normally do, just to reorient myself, get a plan for the episode, and I've got too many things on the list, so we'll just get as many of them done as we can. But one that's been on there for a few days has been Evaluate Steel. And I went over here and I clicked, and I said, boy, we're full of steel. So let's just zip around real quick. I haven't done this yet. And just check out that, yep, full of steel. I think we are making enough steel, at least for what we were doing, and maybe we weren't constructing for 10 minutes. And that's enough to get us recovered. When you get a big economy, yep, full of steel. So this is the other nice thing about having a good system with these depots, is that you could kind of check out what's what real quickly. Yep, there we go. So we got 5 different distribution areas. And by the way, a lot of times Americans may call this a depot, which is why they call the train thing a depot. There we go. We got plenty of steel, but not wood. Or lumber, I should say. Now, why we don't put lumber in there? That's why. Okay. It's not a shared one. I saw a little bit of lumber in there. Can you guys see that? I don't know why. This just happens. I don't know why it tends to do that, and you'll see it in a few places that it just sort of puts a little bit of something. But anyway, we did have a lumber problem over here. We don't anymore. All right, so anyhow, MB distribution is the last one. Yep, full of steel. So I'd like to do a couple things. The main one is this guy is just draining workers, and plus we're purchasing the stuff. So I'm going to cancel the purchasing of stuff. And then I'm going to, let's get all the related vehicles. There we go. And we'll just take this. It's just the one bus. This one's a train that delivers the stuff. And he should just come back to menu button and sit there and wait. So I'm going to send this guy over to probably this depot. Why send him further? Oops, the game save didn't mess that up. Yeah, heading to depot. Wasn't sure if I got it in time. All right, there we go. So that steel mill shut off, which shouldn't be a big deal. And now we got these guys. I did look real quickly to see if we're having an effect. And at one point we had 68 people. So we're certainly shipping buses over here, and students are getting here. I did have a comment that was answered by Nino, so thank you. And by the way, that's one of the few times other people have answered other people's questions. You guys are more than welcome to do that. So I was very glad to see Nino answer. Shoot, I shouldn't bring up names until it wasn't Antonio. I've been talking to him about the metric system. But here, I'll come in here. Give credit where it's due, right? I don't want to delay the thing too long, but yeah, it was Antonio. It was questioning why I took off the students from like this bus stop. So there's nobody comes to here. And the reason is workers and students and all, like they don't travel back. Like, so if we had this on students, it would just be, I mean, probably could put it on there, but then we would just be busing students to where there's no school. If they even got on the bus. I'm not even sure if that they would get on the bus, but they just sit there and wait, and then they don't go to the actual school that they should be going to. So yeah, it's like a one-way trip for workers, and somehow they get back magically to answer. And Nino was absolutely right in his answer. So yeah, if you ever see something that you think you can answer, go for it. It's a community, I hope, of us guys that watch this, and girls. So there we go. So how are we doing on our trees? Yeah, I think we just sort of got that fired back up. But I clicked on these houses, and I think it's just a little bit too soon since the last time I clicked. So I'm not seeing like huge numbers. I think the test is going to be, look, we actually got an extra one in here just a minute ago before I started up the episode. I checked and there was only 15. So another thing that's been brought up like in the past was, well, that's not a big enough university to handle all those people. It's like, well, I don't need everyone university educated. I just need enough in this town, for example, to run this school. Now, if we ever put a hospital over here, you'd need enough for the school and the hospital. And that's not totally true. We have an accounting hall, so we would need a few more to be able to run our accounting hall. So in any event, oh, is there more buttons on there that? Nah, this was here before, I think. Or well, maybe there was. I'm not sure if I remember this one. No data available. You have to have 13. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, well, hopefully we'll get more educated people over there, and they'll go to work there. And I didn't mean to get into that. Get too distracted from our steel. Now, I don't particularly want to ramp up the steel too much more because we're doing okay, right? I don't know where our trains are. I hope they're not in a big train traffic jam. But for now, I feel like we're doing okay with the steel, and we'll keep an eye on it, hopefully, and not have problems. But I do have some construction offices over here, and until I get a chance to design more here, and there's plenty of, like, more people are going to be being made here, and I don't necessarily want to move more people in because we have Moooooscow that we want to get going, and eventually Bricksville, and I want to go steal some people to get Moooooscow going sooner than I want to get over here. So, and I do have some more houses that aren't designed around this second stop. So, you know, let's see how happy these people are. Oh, no one lives there. But did we move everybody out of here, I think, maybe? I'm surprised they're not moving in. Well, they're not moving in from here. Now, what is this guy doing? Where are you going? You going... Oh, they're going to the firehouse. Okay, well, good. That's great. I'm glad that's within walking distance for them. And how are we doing over here? Are we happy? Not terribly, are we? Yeah, this whole getting people happiness by bus thing is a little marginal. It's, you know, certainly not as good as if you build the things close enough. You know, like these people will just be stoned happy for the rest of their lives, pretty much. Except they don't have a hospital, which is okay because that's all part of an experiment. Some of the things that I do, by the way, are not always going to be the most efficient. They're going to be a little bit experimental at times, and they might not always work out, and you guys might not think it's the best thing to do, but, you know, I usually have reasons. So feel free to ask if you feel like I'm doing something that's not super efficient. In some ways, it's just learning the game. Things I think might work. I don't try not to do too many crazy things. But there we go. So I'm a little concerned I don't see any of the steel trains. When I did go look at the one, it was moving. And I haven't seen any traffic jams like we had down here the other day. How are we doing? Yeah, we're flowing in and out of here quite well. So I think we could even consider more steel trains, but I think I'm going to hold off for the moment. Now, one of the reasons I mentioned the depots and calling that a depot is I didn't build a distribution depot, I guess you could almost call it, or a distribution over here, and there's a couple reasons. Building a distribution like this takes a good amount of effort, and it's not really worth it, and I mistook Travis's suggestion to build a train depot, right, for building that. That's just my own misunderstanding. That's certainly not in any way his fault. He was suggesting maybe building a train depot over here. Now, I'm not 100% sure how much this thing needs power. That would be, but I don't see why we maybe couldn't tuck it up over here, especially, let's go find our power. It's going to be hard because it's not built yet, huh? Oh, there it is. Look, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, so we're like right here. So I think if we build it right over and, let's get it as far away from there as we could. And then, yeah, if we put it up here, well, over there would be away from the power. I don't necessarily think it needs power, but wait, as a matter of fact, is this one powered? It might not be. No, you know what? It doesn't even have a thing, so it doesn't care if it's powered or not. Good to know. All right, so let's build a depot over here, as Travis suggested. I think that's a good idea. Might as well put it over in this area, right? Well, probably further away so we can get... Yeah, that's probably... We'll just get it leveled out a little bit. So what I want to do is make sure that they can get to the tracks either which way. So we'll build the tracks first, even though we level this up a bit. Make sure the tracks can come in. Let me zoom in and we'll put on the wireframe. So in other words, to get every which way, I'm not overly concerned with them getting this way, but we probably should consider it. But let's make sure we can get it in here. Now this isn't part of a regular loop, right? No, these tracks are really just there for construction. So about the only thing I don't like about putting this here is that it would cause me to have to keep these tracks. All right, these are all just for construction purposes. And now that we know it doesn't need, yeah, I think maybe we're better off going over here. Can I level using this one? Do we got a spare bulldozer? Oh yeah, we got a spare bulldozer or 8. Yeah, maybe we come down here because then I can get rid of those tracks after all the construction's done as a possibility. Because I mean, it's nice that we have this up in here, but you know, in the long run, I just don't even know how much more we're going to do. So I think what I want to do is get it. This would probably be, here, let's do this. So we'll get this guy to come out this way. Oops. All right, that'll give us a little bit of a gauge as to where we would put this one. Because this one needs to spin the tightest. Well, that's probably a little, we could do a little less. Now, you know the way to do this is the opposite. It won't like crossing. Yeah, let's just make that straight. Yeah, see how we can get it as tight as we can so that intersection, I think you should either make your intersections as long as you can or as short as you can. Yeah, I don't like that. It didn't follow nicely. Bring it out to here, and then it'll look a little better. Ah, look at that. That's why it didn't follow nicely. All right, we'll do that. It'll be a little odd. All right, so that'll give us an idea of where we can build this thing. Let's. I don't want to delete it all back. But I don't think we're going to get it over there, which is what I was thinking of. Let's see, can we turn? Yeah, so we're going to be too close to the... Yeah, we'll just level out a little more this way. Maybe over here. Got enough bulldozers. And I wanted to leave this little extra bit here to make sure we could put... Yep, see, we could put a signal in there, no problem. Well, that's right. We're not really turning here anyway, are we? Well, whatever. All right, there we go. So, oops, didn't really mean to place that, but it's in a good spot. Good enough spot. And then the only other problem is we don't really have a road over to here, do we? No, let's get a gravel road just for the sake of the fire trucks. I've never seen one of these burn down, but yeah, and I think I'm just going to go like to where? Yeah, they're building this road, so I don't really want to mess with that. And that's like a bus stop, so I don't really want to mess with that. And I don't want to stop them from constructing this. All right, well, I think I'll come back and finish this road one day. We're kind of a long way off, but let's put it up. Yeah, I was sort of afraid of that. Let's see, can we come down? Like I said, it's more just for construction and, yeah, put a road like this. Delete some of it. I should be able to cross this. Yeah, we'll just, why don't we come straight since it'll let us go over those tracks, and then we'll just try to remember to do this. Maybe I'll leave it white, and hopefully we're not, I don't think we're going to be designing too many other roads real shortly here. So, now, when Travis was talking about the depot, I thought he was suggesting building one of these over here. And even though this construction's getting a little bit far away, I did want to explain my reason for not building another whole depot. We are building this little called a mini construction depot as opposed to a full supply depot slash distribution. And yeah, so in other words, this is, this is going to be enough. And we are making our own open halls and covered halls so we can get them up here no problem. In my opinion, like we can, make a few extras. It's not really, and then we can always sell them off if we don't need them. But, it's getting to be a lot of work to build another depot. Even though this is a lot of construction, I think we can, between this construction office going back and getting stuff and then having plenty of trucks coming up to here to help support this construction, I think we'll be okay. And then, just so you guys know, this is really like the end of where I plan on building anywhere over in this direction. So I might have been more inclined to build another depot if I was going to build further up that way, but I'm not. And, like I said, it's a lot of work to build these, and then they become semi-obsolete as soon as you're done the construction, right? The only thing you needed was a little bit of food and clothing and electronics over here for the most part. And that would have been it, right? So this is a lot of work. Maybe, you might need a gas station someplace, but, all of that could generally be supplied by truck. So that's why I've learned that, we'll have, I think if you could go like 3 or 4 kilometers, whatever that is in the map, this might be more than that, like to get your supplies. So we're not going to really be going that far to get supplies into town in the future. You could argue that it might be worth building a warehouse over here where we could put the supplies and then have the supply trucks going to the shopping centers be a little bit closer. That might be a good idea. Maybe when we get rid of this, we could build like a warehouse over here, and then we would just put those basic things that the town needed. Now, I don't want to get too much into our railroad tracks over here. So there you go. So that's the logic behind that. When they get done this road, we'll attach this one up. Hopefully we don't mess up building any other roads, any other places. And one of my things was on my list was more steel trains. And where are these guys? Are they still moving at least? Yeah, is it just, okay, this guy's heading back. And look, he's heading back with 230 tons of steel. So how about this other one? Is this... And he's heading back with 312 out of 316. So, having said that, and I'm kind of back in a full circle, I said I had some extra construction guys here. And while we're going to build another construction office, I think we even have more, like from down by Moooooscow or whatever. So I think we should build something else in Revergrad. We have these radio stations and we've got our universities built. But I'm thinking that we should... You know what? I've never built a Communist Party headquarters. Let's go for it. I don't know how well we'll get people to it, but kind of who cares, right? And that'll chew up some of our extra steel, and then we'll just get these two guys on the same job, and we'll see how that goes. All right? And then maybe we'll start building these buildings out, and that's... But we'll see. I don't want to do too many at once because let's not use up all our steel. It may just be deception that we're going well. Now, I did come over here and look at our power plant as well, and we're not getting great workers in here, but we really don't have like all the cars in the world that we would want. So we'll see if that improves with time. Now, I'm a little bit confused here, too, where it's cars in this parking lot. Why is it reserved P parking spaces? And is there something you can do about that? If anybody knows, like I was trying to, like, not reserve them. Right? Like, see, parking reserved, Energis large parking lot. Like, I don't really understand. Are these... residential parking place? So does this mean there's just 5 people here to work? Or then I'm a little confused. Would people really park their cars all the way over here from their house? I mean, I know how parking can be in cities, and it's up. Oh, look, there we go. We got another. Oh, so we have to change all of these parking lots to be. Okay. Basic or higher. Yeah, I want this to try to be a Yeah, okay. All right, well, we'll see what happens with that. But I noticed we didn't have any cars in our dealer, and I did make sure. We are certainly... Yeah, so let's do basic or higher on some of these parking lots. Isn't there another little parking lot here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what that does for us as far as the actual game effect, but then we should have this one. Now, most of the people should be university educated over here, if not all of them. Yeah, see, just because we've had the university there for quite a while. So we'll see. We still need to build up the number of cars we have. So as far as things on my list, I'm not going to put any more steel trains on the job. If anything, maybe we'll steal that other one from down over by Farminski's steel mill and put him to work on our regular steel mills. And one of the reasons for not ramping up steel more, and I know it would be a good export, is the power. So as we get Bricksville done, then I'll plan on ramping up, more things with some complete confidence. Because again, if you look, we don't. There we go. Now we're up to 17, but yeah, I'd really like to see that higher. And but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it as we get more cars in here, and then yeah, that's about it. All right. Students, yeah, we kind of went over that, or at least I thought of it. We are getting students. How are they doing? Yeah, see, we're getting more students than I think it explains for these few Farminski houses. So I'll check back on that. I'll leave it on my list. Yeah, look, now we have 9 in this house. So I think we're definitely there. 3, 7. Yeah, there's definitely getting to be more educated people over here. So that's great, because that's just nice to know that you could pretty easily bust them back and forth, and it works pretty well. You don't need universities in each of these little towns you might build if you want to build this way, where you could have one town that takes care of all of that. This is something else I wanted to do before I moved people away. Yeah, we still got a construction office there. I think I want to make this paved road. Get that paved road, just because why not? But that's a lot of little road, isn't it? Yeah, we don't need it paved road. Yeah, that's the shopping center. Yeah, we could even do paved road into there. Yeah, this is right. And then why don't we put this guy on auto build if he's not? Yep, he's already on auto build. Will you reach that far? Yes, you will. Okay, good. There he goes. He just picked them up. Good. So we won't have to worry about that. Oh, we don't have a way in here? Oh, the truck doesn't have a way out. All right, well, are we in purchase meat mode? Yes. So we'll be buying meat there for a little bit. That's okay. But we'll get that done, and that'll be a slight improvement. And it was just sort of annoying me with the graveled roads in our fine university city. Something like that. All right, so we've evaluated the steel. Yeah, now I think what I'd like to spend some time doing is talking about Moooooscow and firing it up. And closely right behind that, clothing. As a matter of fact, I want to make sure, are these guys done? Yeah, let's keep these roads building over here. There we go. He's done. And then... yeah, that road's done, so that means this guy, that means both of them could get working on it, but let's get him building that, and then we never hooked power up to this if I'm remembering correctly, and this is just, is it medium? Yeah, medium voltage, so we need to get power from here. Why are you stopped at a red light there? That's not very efficient. Look at that, we're all full. Now, is there another one of those? There should be another one. Yeah, this one down here. And that one wouldn't break my heart because it's pulling off of the grid and or this. Yeah, how sharp can I go? Let's think about this for a second. I don't want to get into here too much. Like this power line may need to go as it is. You know what? This guy, Yeah, you know what I think we're going to do? I don't even know who this guy supplies power to. He could be doing there. Does this guy do there too? Yeah, this guy already gives power to that. It's a shame that radio station is there, to be honest. I mean, I don't want to get rid of it, but, you know, it's just this whole depot just for that. So I think what I'll do is cancel these wires, put in a medium voltage switch, something like this. Let's get the wires hooked back up. And again, if we don't have power to the radio station for 10 minutes, I'm okay with that. And then can we go right across the bridge? Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah, so let's stay out of harm's way as best we can. Yeah, is there another? Yeah, we could probably squeeze something under here if we wanted to. So let's just stay out of the way of that for a bit and just come over this way. Not that it matters that much. And I can't probably make that term now, so I'm going to have to do one. Yeah, we're going to get in the way of it anyway, but... All right, so then we need to get this hooked up by a road. Yeah, this is... I don't think it matters too much, but we'll come down this way. Am I too close? Make sure that one hooks up first. There we go. All right, so now let's commit to the electrical. And then let's just assign this guy to all that electrical. All right. And that should get it going. And why not just put this guy on the same job just in case he's less busy? What? There it is. Good. All right, so we should have electric over to these tracks, which will mean that our clothing should be ready to go, really. The only issue I would see is that these trains are going to do things like this. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to, for the time being, we're just going to get rid of all of the signals. And then we really should talk about at some point, did I do a crisscross? Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. We'll build a crisscross up here somewhere. You know what? I'm even going to just get rid of these signals. The signals just mess up the construction trains. Right? So we'll just have it fully clear where they can head up there. If they run into each other, they run into each other. And then depending on how far they get, we'll get that going. Now, didn't we sign somebody to work from this end? Or no? That would have been smart, right? Did I get... Yeah, let's see. Let's go find... train construction depot. You know what? We can move these guys from... why do we only have one? But that's okay. We'll put one in there at least. Right? It is kind of weird that we just have one. And then here, you know what? We have 4 down here. And I don't really see where we would need all 4 of these. So let's take another one of them. See these 4 mechanisms? And we'll send 2 of them, I think, maybe. Not that we'll use them, but this will just put them more centralized. We can always send them back if I think we need them. Right, and then... does this guy have no workers? Do we steal the buses off of him? Yeah, probably. Why Why is a dumper coming into here? Where? Oops. Okay. Is that a vestige of an older thing? Yeah, let's get him out of here. And yeah, I don't know why I have a dumper going into there. Let's just get him out of there altogether and send him over. And he is a newer KMZ 5410, so I'll get him to go to here. Oh, now this is where we dump the random stuff. Yeah, we don't need a dumper there. Tagliati Construction Office, railway cranes are on the way, cistern. Yeah, so let's get a few buses. How are we doing on making vehicles up here? Yeah, that's enough covered hauls. So let's switch back over to buses. Because we weren't very into building that one because we don't have any more buses up here. And then let's open up some of these. Let's send them at least out of there. We're kind of filling up here, aren't we? Yeah, so let's send some covered hauls over to here. Can't see anything. You get kind of good at navigating around the map. We'll just send them to whatever one over here. See, and I like the idea of this because it's a little more centralized to wherever they might end up being used. There. So that should be that, and we should get some buses in. I think I got all of them moving out of there, right? Yep. Good. So we'll get some buses next. I think that's what we needed. And I'm not sure. I'm not remembering anything else. And then when we get those buses, I will assign this. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a problem. Not a huge problem, but yeah, we're not going to be able to go in and construct. Yeah, let's do this. Might be a little bit cheaty in your opinion, but it's not really cheaty. It's just, I think I'm going to purchase this just so as not to have to cause too many problems. I did get a comment during the live stream that I need to use more crisscrosses, and there we go. Another good application for a crisscross. And then let's go ahead and do this and just purchase each of these sections, which will be rather expensive in our current pricing scheme. Can I click 3 at once? Right, so now we have this, and then what we can do is, yeah, this could be regular signaling. Right, in, and then we'll put these two like that. Make sure this is cut off. Yeah, this is, so what we need to do is somewhere up here where we think they would meet, let's just put 2 regular signals. Where's about the midway point? Yeah, probably here for now. We could put more later. Oops, did I put a signal in? I can't see. Nah, I clicked on this one twice. Yeah, and you know what? We're going to get rid of that. I don't know why it's not getting rid of that, but whatever. There we go. So that'll turn this signal green, and we should be good to go. Yep, green, green, green. So we should be able to get in there as soon as we can and start getting that built. And is there no buses that we have? We probably should come up with a system, maybe even put a depot over here, so that if we ever shut this down, we could just put those vehicles right in there. It's really not a bad idea. Let's try that as a new system that we might try to do. So we want a road vehicles depot. Yeah, let's do, oh, we probably can't do any leveling over here either, can we? Can we find a happy green spot? There you go. All right, and then even though it might not be the most efficient, yeah, we still have a full construction office. That's not too far away. Get them doing that, and then hopefully we'll remember to come back. And then that way, you know, in the future, we just kind of keep some vehicles over here. Having a few extra road vehicle depots isn't going to kill us. Okay, so what's next on my list? You know what? Since we're standing here, yeah, I'd like to see a little bit of an overflow. Car vehicles. We already did why no depot in Bricksville because we're just not that far away from our supplies and it takes too long to build, and I misunderstood the word depot as it was being used in that context. And yeah, food trains. That was something when I was going around. Uh-oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, is it really that bad, guys? Yeah, we've got a mess. But at least people can get in, and we are purchasing everything. Yeah, we're not purchasing electronics, but they don't seem to have run out of them either, so that's good. Yeah, we are working on them, right? We don't have any. Yeah, no messages. Dumpers. Yeah, we're not really a road paving crew. We could probably use another dumper over here to help with this. Do we see one? You know what? We could probably steal this bus. Yeah, let me steal this bus for over here, just to get completely distracted. Yeah, so we'll look at this. Yeah, let's. I want you to go from here to here. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, let's start. All right, that won't be ideal, but at least we'll get some workers. I don't think we're missing. We'll get the train construction sets up here eventually, and then good. All right, we're making progress. Okay, food trains. Yeah. I'm a little concerned by why is this guy. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. They find projects that they can't do sometimes. So the thing to do is to come here and like get rid of them all. Right, and then make sure that they're, I don't know if I assigned any of them, but let's make sure that they're, yeah, see, road doesn't connect, that's okay. See what I mean? He had 4 road constructions before, and one of these he couldn't get into. Yeah, see, I had a feeling that something was happening, that they weren't going as fast as they could have. And I never did go find another dumper, did I? Let's go do that. I know where one is. Well, is there any over here, since that's more... Yep. Well, we just sent that one back, right? I don't think you're going to need gravel, so let's send this guy. I don't know what they do if you send them to his construction full of gravel. All right. Good. Now he's full. So that'll help speed that up a tiny bit. All right. Food. I was looking up here, and this is a really good sign for our what do you call it? For our clothing, is that we're really kind of doing okay here as far as crops, and we're not really getting enough food out of here necessarily. Let's take a look. See how we're not. We could use 2 trains on each route, I think. So let's go up to here and just see import of goods. Yeah, see, we're still importing a little bit of food. I think it's probably sporadic if we look at this year. Yeah, see, it's pretty darn sporadic, but we're doing pretty well. And I think one of the reasons is you know, we're not producing probably anything right now. So let's see, we only have, yeah, covered halls. Are they getting food out of here? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Though, do I really want them getting food out of here? Bread stock. And they're going to Electrical Town. Okay, so these guys are going over to Electrical Town. But what I really wanted to look at was, yeah, we already have two trains coming in and out of here. Are they both moving and happy? Yeah, this guy's buzzing along and this guy's buzzing along. And how about this one? Yeah, we have two trains here too. So I'm not sure why we would be buying food. We probably need to look into that. I don't want to spend too much time right now. Yeah, this guy's getting a bit low when he's coming around the backside. He's going to MB and then GW, and he doesn't have much by the time he gets to... But this guy hasn't dropped off much. Yeah, so I think that eventually I'd like to maybe even put more food trains on here. But the good news is we're getting enough crops over to here. Any of our problems seem to be going. So we'll, like if we look over here, you know, we have trains sitting here waiting, but yeah, this one's about to leave, and yeah, these are both about to leave. So I think we're doing okay with crops for now. And I think we have a little bit of a distribution problem. It could have even been, yeah, speaking of distribution problems, I think the next thing I'd like to do is get the supplies flowing into here, and then we'll be able to move a few people in, and we'll be able to buy a trolley or whatnot, because, yeah, are you told to wait there? Yeah, should you be waiting? No. You know what I'd like to do right off the bat? Here's what I'm thinking of. Let's go ahead and have him not wait. Oh, and I did get a comment from Travis saying, don't uncheck all these. And I was thinking it really would be nice if these either came default not checked, you know, or you would just have to set them up yourself. Like, because I do spend a fair amount of time on checking them, but I like the way that looks. You know, I know exactly what kind of train that is. And I'm going to take this guy off of wait. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have him go back, wait to load up, but then fill these two up. Now, the next thing I want to do is see about putting in some signaling. All right, we'll leave this plenty back so that it doesn't... No, we want this to be two-way signaling. Now there's... Yeah, look good. We could put one in here, right? So I don't want... Oh, I can't put one in there. All right. Oh, you know what? That might be just what we need, actually. Yeah, you know what? I don't know why I can't put one on the other side, but I really don't necessarily need it either, do I? And then this can be... Right, so the idea is going to be that... And I'll just put this one here to make sure... That needs to be two-way. Yeah, and I'll put this one this way. Like, I don't anticipate a train ever coming down this track. And we don't need any more signaling in here because it's just the one train. So what this should let me do is pull a train into here. And the way this works should work out pretty well because most of our farms are all over this way. So if a train comes in here, it can pull in here, load and unload, right? So we get a train on this track right here. That's from the outside world. If it doesn't unload all of the corn into here, it can then head on its way and come right back out this goofy intersection and come over, I mean, beautiful intersection, sorry. Come over and drop off the rest of its corn into our clothing. And then we might even just have designated clothing trains, but does that make sense there? All right, good. So now back over to here. Yeah, this guy, are you still working on stuff? No, you got all of them done. So I think we'll just, might as well just keep building houses. I don't think we need anything else over here. All right, so we need to get some things for the supply. So, yeah, well, let's limit the amount. Or close. Yeah, let's just leave this open so we'll think about it. Oh, we don't make refrigeration trucks of our own, do we? Might be worth buying some of those. And then, yeah, the other, well, that would be it, right? For what we have to bring in here, because we don't have a pub. Yeah, so we just need enough to do this: clothes, electronics, food, and a refrigerated truck. How much does it cost us? Have we made many buses? I think the buses take a while to build. No, we haven't made any buses, but no. Let's see. Refrigeration. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I know it's probably, we'll never buy that many refrigerator trucks, but it's a pretty reasonable price for it. And in this case, we'll just buy another one. So yeah, let's even come over here and we're just going to buy a new vehicle or mechanism. Refrigeration. Good old KMZ. I think I clicked that. Yep, there it is. All right, so we'll let that guy keep building buses, and then we'll open this one. And then we need, what, three covered. Here we go. Let's zap back down to there. And this stuff should all come out of here. So, yeah, there is our, we can have them come into this. This is our meat storage. So let's set this one up first. Go from there. Oh, I can't see to here. Man, we can't, it'll just be unload anything and you can start. Good, so that guy's down on his way. Let's come over here, do this a little bit different. So we need food, which is that in this one? No, this is where the electronics are. It looks like we're purchasing electronics here. Yeah, I can't do any less than 20. Oh, no, we're not purchasing them. We just don't, right? Because we're purchasing above 20. Okay, good. But I really wish we could do smaller increments by holding shift or something. All right, thank you, game save. All right, so this is where our electronics come from. So let's tell this guy, come here. Yeah, I guess you should wait and get electronics. All right, now why do we have so many vehicles in here? Oh, they're dropping off alcohol. All right, I might deal with that one day. All right, so there we go. So let's move that guy. Get this one. What do we have in this warehouse? Nothing we need. And how about this one? Food, yes. So you want to go, close that one. You want to go to this one here and get some food. And wait. And then you probably, where are we going to put clothing? 0, what do we have in here? Yeah, so this is where we would get our clothes from. And I think I will put that on purchase, a few clothes. Right? Even though that'll be, right, because I'd rather be purchasing clothes from a central depot where I can more easily check them and turn them off. So you're going to come up to, yeah, here. And get us some clothes and wait. Are you on wait? Yeah, you're on wait. Oops, I didn't mean to close him. Gosh darn it. And now I got to go figure out which one he was. Can't be that hard, but would have been better not to hit the escape button at that moment. This guy. Yep. All right, good. All right, so now let's head back down there. Back back down here, and we'll get each of these guys to unload. And for those of you who don't like me unchecking these things, close your eyes for a minute, please. There we go. So you can get started. All right, and we're waiting. Waiting in both places is fine for now. And then you can come to here. Oh, why do we have that in there twice? I don't know. We'll stick with the unload. And you're getting electronics and bringing them over here, which is a bit of overkill to have a whole tractor trailer of them sitting out there, but I guess that's okay. And then, yep, I want you to wait, start. And last but not least, we might even need, oh, you know what, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it at the last second there. There we go. Now, hopefully I got them all on proper load and unload and weight, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, we might need an extra food guy. It's not too far away he's going, but yeah, it's not the most direct. He's going to have to kind of drive in there. You know what? Let's go get another one for food. Since we already have this guy open, make me feel better. Plus, we got 4 parking spaces. And we just sent these guys down here. Yep. Then we'll get this guy started. That guy's already started. Good. There we go. So Moooooscow should have its supplies pretty shortly. And Farminsky, how are we doing? A little better, I hope. No workers. Okay. I mean, is it just a no worker problem in general, or is it just... Well, you're not complaining. Yeah, it's just a lot of work. It's just a lot of trips back and forth for these guys, for these little tiny things. It's really painful. If you're gonna build your town and you can at all afford it, I definitely recommend, getting gravel roads is great, but try to do the most advanced roads you can if you think you're ever going to upgrade them. But in any event, we're hopefully nobody's starving. We're purchasing what we need. Again, we're not out of electronics yet, and we're purchasing clothes. And yeah, this is the kind of case where I'd rather be purchasing the clothes from this central location over here, I think, even though we don't have any. And then that way, when we distribute them, we know our distribution's working, and then in the top of that, we don't have to go check every little shop that we own. Okay, now back over to here. So now this is, I don't think we really can get these guys going immediately, but I'd like to come over here and check out purchasing trolleys. Now, I guess, let's just take a look at the number of people. So what we're going to have is, just go back and review. We have 2 trolley stops. So I'm going to set them up from here to start out, but eventually we might put one from each going to, one would go to here, and then we have, in between each of these, we have a trolley stop, and then on either end, right? So one way or the other, we should be able to balance out fairly well where people are going to work. Now, keep in mind that the people from this trolley stop aren't going to be able to walk to these anyway. So for this first trolley, we need 50 people, and we need 50 people. So we would need 100 people per shift. Boy, this guy could hold 155. Is there one that's 92? I'd like to get one that, yeah, these are, I mean, this one's slightly less and carries more people, slower. Yeah, these things aren't really blazing fast, are they? This one's kind of quick, 92. Well, let's go with I don't think we're going to go over the time limit being this close. So as far as, yeah, let's do the skid 15s. And for now, we'll do 2. and see how that works out. And we'll just try to get this 1/2 fired up. Now, as far as where they should go to work, here and here, and then there may come a cause to balance this. Like, oh, wait, we really need to get them. Yeah, we also need to get people to here. That's all right. We'll move people in because I think this one's just screaming out for that, right? So this, we'll just get these 2 livestock farms fired up, and then, and yeah, there's no reason we probably wouldn't ever do 50-50, and then we'll do, let's just say one more skid 50. Oh no, well, let's see. How many people do we need here? 50. Yeah, just 50. So maybe when it comes to this one, like in other words, and there's no other facility around here. This is just a range where we're going to drop off the livestock. So what I'm thinking of is let's just get one. Let's get the fastest one that goes. So this one goes 93 and does 92 people. I think that's 87 people, 82, 93, 98. I don't know. This one's a little bit cheaper, right? And it does 98 people. Yeah, so for now we'll just get one, but I probably would plan on another one. I think I'll plan on one more of each of these in the long run, but I want to see how jammed up our stops get too. So, all right, so now your job is going to be to go from here to here, and then the other thing we probably need to do is I just want workers at all of these. I don't think anybody would walk up to here, but they might. And really, we don't even want workers waiting there, right? Because it's a drop-off station. And then when it comes to this one, I'm thinking that you shouldn't get, I don't think we have to uncheck this because we unchecked it on there, but I think I want you to load like, and I don't think they're going to, I think it will self-limit, but let's just take that down to 59% of 98 so that, because we only need 50 people here per shift, and I'd rather not steal extra people if we ever get to that point. All right, so now do we do these? No. So let's send both of these from this one to here, and then we can just copy whatever we do with this guy. And for now, I would think, well, let's see, he can get 155, but we only need 100. So when it comes to this one, and you know what, I wonder if it would speed things up if I did this. I got a bird on the screen in my window right by me there. Kind of scared the living heck out of me. Yeah, so let's say, what's that, like 66% would be, you know, like a third, 2/3 of this would be 100, something like that. So we'll just go with that. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Does that, you better get off of my screen. You're startling me. All right, so let's get this other guy. Yeah, right, so when we're ready to go, these guys should have the same thing. Building is on fire. Okay, well, hopefully it gets put out. Yeah, let's just do load, unload. And you know what? I don't want this to be called Moooooscow. I mean, I want it to be called Moooooscow, but let's see. How are we doing here? Nothing. Let's change the name of this. Hopefully we don't crash it. I'm going to call this Moooooscow 1. Right? And then I want to put in another name. And probably like right there. Not Hitsana. And we're going to call this, just so you guys know, Moooooscow has five O's for Moooooscow. We'll save that. All right, and then we can, well, let's come over here and say, what do we call it? Like this would be like a ranch, right? So let's, where we got naming. So hopefully we can name it in such a way that these buildings all get named. about the Moo Ranch? All right, and then we'll give it one more name over here. We'll call this Moo Farm. Oops. Well, what am I doing? Okay, it's clicking on a farm behind there. There you go. Moo Farm. Alrighty. It's a good thing that I don't have kids, because I know I'd annoy the hell out of them with my with my silliness sometimes. You guys have only gotten the slightest flavor of my silliness, I think. All right, so let's get rid of Moooooscow. Or, yeah, Moooooscow 1 there. And then what does this get called? Moo Ranch Slaughterhouse. Perfect. And then most of these should all get, yeah, Moo Ranch Livestock Farm. Good. This might get Moo Ranch. Yeah, but that's fine. And then, but this, I'm not, you know, Moo Farm. Good. Yeah, so we got Moooooscow ready to go. And we're over an hour, so I think what I might do... Oh, we got food, electronics. We just need meat. Where is our... What is our meat guy doing? Is he having an issue, or is... Yeah, you know what? We can click on here. He should be... Oops. Refrigerated. What are you doing? No, you know what? Turn around and get meat. But why don't you have... Oh, you know what? Are we just short on meat? Yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to... Let's just purchase with the same idea. At least till we get our... Well, until we get Moooooscow going. And the other question is, why are we even... Yeah, we might not even want to get our meat from there in the long run. Good, so we'll hang out because... Well, while we're waiting for him to get back there, let's go looking for... Oh, look, we have no... Oh, that's a footpath. I was going to say, we have no people living in the footpath. Yeah, see, let's go steal a few people. How do I keep clicking on footpaths? Steal a few people out of there and here. I'm not sure where we have the plus 21-year-olds. None. None. Okay, well, maybe not. Do we have plus 21-year-olds over here? Yes. Okay, so we'll steal some people out of Old Revergrad. And I don't want too many, and I don't want to spend too much time. But that's good. They'll be educated too, which is another thing we want to make sure, because... Yeah, so this should be good. We'll grab a few people out of each of those houses. As soon as we see... Where is our... Probably this is him right there, maybe. As soon as we see some food in there, and that'll be... You know, we'll be able to fire this up maybe in the very beginning of next episode. Well, let's just see what happens. We'll put the people in, and that'll give me a little bit of time to work out any bugs. But I'd like to work the bugs out. We don't fire up towns too often to have it be something that I do off of camera. But we are making crops, and we have... Oops. Yep, we're full of corn there, and... Yeah, I really wish that would push things, but... So we should have... Oh, no. You know what? There we go. Working out details. Yeah, we need some more covered halls. Matter of fact, when we get done making buses, we probably need to make more covered halls. Where the heck am I? Yeah, let's open... Now, the covered halls also do livestock, right? Yeah, so we're going to need at least one for the livestock. Well, two. So two for the livestock. This is a construction office. Yeah, there we go. Two for the livestock. One for the corn. And we're going to need more refrigerated for the meat. But we might even just use our meat guy. Well, we'll see. We don't have to be that cheap about it, right? So in other words, I would like to get a truck that comes into here and then drives livestock over to there. And we don't need another one to go to the other thing. And do I want them to wait in both places? No, I think I just want them to wait here to get filled up. Well, you know what? For now, we're not going to have that many. Let's have them wait in both places. So he can get started because there's no reason not to. Let's go up here and do this. Because I think it might save a couple steps. Oops. I undid it. There we go. All right. Okay, so you can get started. And we'll close him, and then I think it did this one. Yep. So instead of going to this livestock ranch, we'll go to this one. Right? Like, did you notice, by the way, how adeptly I avoided unchecking these other ones? Sorry. In other words, well, you guys saw what I did. Okay, so anyway, yeah, and then you can get started. So that'll be, when we do make livestock, that'll be livestock coming out of here, and it shouldn't be a problem. You know, they'll just wait when they get to the livestock farm because we won't be making any for the next 10 minutes. And then, why did I get a third one? Oh, corn. That's right. Yeah, so we need to get corn from here to here. And I think for now we'll just do like this number. We'll just have them drive back and forth, even though that's a pretty good drive all the way around and into there, isn't it? Oh, you know what? I messed up again too. We have this livestock range, so we're going to drive from here to here. Okay. Well, anyway, let's get this guy doing some corn or crops, whatever it is. All right, close your eyes. And because we're doing that, I definitely don't want them to wait on the farms, but we could. Well, yeah, let's have him wait on the grain silage just to make sure that he's not running back and forth like a madman. But then again, yeah, well, let's see. Let's just get it going, and then we'll see. This might be a little bit of a waste of fuel until we get it going. All right, so now these two, this one and this one, need to have the same route, and it needs to be from here. See, I think it would really be a lot easier if they left this default unchecked. All right, so let's get rid of that, and then he should head to here, and then this guy, oops, should just have the same thing, right? Yep. So where are they at? Well, they're still heading down. It's okay. Good, but they're getting over here. Yeah, we're really kind of getting long. All right, so in the next episode, we will officially move some people over. How's that sound? Let me close all these screens. Yeah, sorry about this, but this will be the first thing we do in the next episode. We've got all our vehicles, I think, in place, right? We'll get some corn going here. We'll get some, you know, we'll have the ability to do livestock between here and here, though I don't think I made these guys. One last thing. Yeah, wait. And then I want you to wait. There we go. All right, so they'll just wait when they get over to here. So we'll have 2 trucks driving meat from this one. We'll see if that's even necessary, but it'll certainly keep us flowing. So we'll have whatever livestock come off of these 2, and that'll be in the next episode. But I think we're ready to fire up Moooooscow. All right, guys. Sorry I didn't get it done in one episode, but we just ran out of time. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.